ഇവിടെ ഞാൻ രണ്ട് പൊല്യൂഷൻ എഴുതാം. ഒന്ന് സൾഫർ ഡയോക്സൈഡ്, രണ്ട് നൈട്രജൻ ഡയോക്സൈഡ്. രണ്ട് കോമ്പൗണ്ട് ഒരുമിച്ച് എഴുതാം, SO2 NO2. ഓക്കെ, SO2 സോഴ്സ് ഞാൻ ഓൾറെഡി പറഞ്ഞതാണ്. വോൾക്കാനോ ആവാം, ഓട്ടോമൊബൈൽസ് ആവാം, കോൾ ബേണിംഗ് ആവാം. നൈട്രജൻ സോഴ്സ് ഞാൻ പറഞ്ഞതാണ്. ഒന്ന് ഫെർട്ടിലൈസർ ആണ്, രണ്ട് ഓട്ടോമൊബൈൽ ഇൻഡസ്ട്രീസ് ആണ്. ഓക്കെ, ഈ രണ്ട് കോമ്പൗണ്ട് ഒരു കോമൺ ക്വാളിറ്റി എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ദേ ആർ വെരി ബൗണ്ട് ടു റിയാക്ട് വിത്ത് ദ കോമ്പൗണ്ട്, നെയിംലി വാട്ടർ. വെള്ളത്തിന് അടുത്ത് പോയാൽ റിയാക്ട് ചെയ്യും. അപ്പോൾ ദേ നോർമലി റിയാക്ട് വിത്ത് വാട്ടർ and you are getting the corresponding acids, namely sulfuric acid, or it producing a compound called nitric acid. At the point there, my point is very simple. Oxides of nitrogen or sulfur dioxide reacting with water, producing the corresponding acids, namely sulfuric or nitric acids. Okay, second point. So these compounds occur in the atmosphere. They get precipitated. I put the word precipitated along with the rainwater, reaching the earth, what we commonly called with the term acid rain. So another major pollution. Okay, my point is, what is acid rain? Acid rain denoting the components called sulfuric or nitric acids formed by the reaction between oxides of nitrogen or sulfur dioxide with water. But this also an example for secondary pollution, because it's not because of this component but because of acidity caused by sulfuric or nitric acids. Okay, point number 3. So normally we denote acidity based upon a tool in the science what we commonly call pH. The meaning is power of hydrogen ions. Okay, a scale is available ranging from 0 to 14, and generally 7 is represented by the letter called neutral. Any pH range below 7, what we commonly call acidic. Anything beyond 7 is commonly called basic. So my point here is that the acid rain have the pH less than 7. Okay, point number 3 is that the acid rain have got the pH less than 7. In Indian standpoint of view, the pH recorded so far is in between 4 to 6 across Indian states. So minimum 4 to the value called 6. But if you travel in Germany or Canada, the pH is going to the level of 2.7 to 3.5. Extremely acidic, because when we go down from 7, the pH is very severe. So in Germany, Canada, the pH value in between 2.7 to 3.5. And what they normally calling the rain by the term called sulfurous rain. And sulfuric rain. And the sulfuric acid. But in India, luckily, we got a range in between 4 to 6. Okay, so that's what is we commonly called acid rain. Clear? Point number 2. What will be the impact? What it leads to? Again, point number 1 there. What are the impacts of acid rain? Again, if I put the word Taj Mahal, for the last several years, the quality of Taj Mahal is deteriorating. Right? The quality of Taj Mahal is deteriorating as a consequence of the event called acid rain. We commonly denoting a word called marble cancer or marble leprosy. So marble cancer or marble leprosy denoting the disintegration of the quality of marbles. Okay, we'll analyze the reason why it was so. Normally when I put the word marble, we normally employ the word in chemistry called calcium carbonates. Don't bother about the chemistry. The word is very important, calcium carbonates, what we commonly call marble. As a consequence of acid rain, the calcium carbonate is converted into calcium sulfates. What we commonly put the word called gypsum formation, that leads to the quality of Taj Mahal by the term called marble cancer or marble leprosy. Point number 1. But my point is, the quality of marble is deteriorating because calcium carbonate is converted into calcium sulfates, what we commonly calling by the term gypsum formation, that leads to losing the charisma of Taj. First damage. Number 2. Second point is again very important. Acid rain generally leading to massive death of fish population, especially in the fresh water. See the word, acid rain leading to massive death of fish population. So again, if you analyze the statement again, whenever the acid rain is pouring into the soil, whenever the acid rain is downpouring, okay, it leads to precipitation, solubilization of many of the metal like aluminium, because the water is acidic, which cause solubilization or precipitation of minerals like aluminium. Point number 3, aluminium have got high percolating power. This enter into the water, from there into the gills of the fish, leading to clogging or blocking the gill, thereby which the fish cannot respire, leading to death. See the word there, acid rain leading to precipitation of minerals like aluminium metals. Aluminium have got high percolating power. It moves into the water body, enter into the gills of the fish, leading to blocking, or we put the word clogging, clogging, clogging of the gills. There ends the life of the fish. That's why acid rain leading to massive death of fish population. Second point. Point number 3. You can see the word here. Whenever there is an acid rain, the animals are moving into shelters. The plants are immobile, static. Entire acid rain is falling on the plants. Okay, as you know that plants are green in color because it containing a greenish pigment, namely chlorophyll. The chlorophyll will be bleached off or degenerated because of acid rain. The acid rain leading to bleaching of chlorophyll. So whenever the chlorophyll is bleaching off, the rate of photosynthesis decreases. Okay, see the word chlorophyll degeneration denoted by the word bleaching of chlorophyll or bleaching of leaf. As a consequence of that, rate of photosynthesis decreases. Okay, naturally the level of carbon dioxide increases. This leads to the event called global warming or global rising of temperature. So the point here is that one of the natural phenomena which indirectly leading to global warming is called by the term acid rain. And these are the 3 major impacts caused by the event called acid rain. So losing the quality of Taj Mahal, massive death of fish population, indirectly leads to rising of global temperature, what we denote by the word acid, denote by the word global warming. That's the event called acid rain. The 4th pollution, carbon monoxide, smoke, Methemoglobin tragedy. Number 4, acid rain. Okay, the fifth one, the fifth point again. Another issue across the world is again by the component called, what we commonly calling by the word, again is a common issue across the Indian states, what we put the word called particulate matter or by the word called PM. Again, if you go through any news value anywhere in the world, the word is very common, PM. Expansion is particulate matter, MATTER, particulate matter. Okay, again if I put the value, the walk paper PM 2.5. നിങ്ങൾ ഏത് പേപ്പർ വായിച്ചാലും ഒരു വാക്ക് എപ്പോഴും കാണാറുണ്ട്. പിന്നെ ഒരു വാക്ക് PM 10. ഈ രണ്ട് വാക്കുകൾ എപ്പോഴും പറയുന്നുണ്ട്. Okay, all these are denoting the compound, namely particulate matter. Okay, we will see what it is. If I put the word particulate matter, any particle with invisible size ejected or released with pressure is called with the term PM. Simple. Any particle with invisible size releasing with pressure or force is commonly called PM. A particle with invisible size released with the force or pressure is commonly called PM. Okay, but what is PM? I don't think there will be questions there. No question like that, because it's very simple. Particle with invisible size. Suppose you are putting a book in the floor, you can see some particles are spreading. I denote that particle by the word called PM. Okay, then again usually we classify the PM into broadly into two categories. The word is very important. One is what we commonly call settlable particulate matter, and other is very commonly called with the term suspended particulate matter, and this is very commonly denoted in the question paper by the word called SPM rather than the other one. Okay, so my point is again we classify the PM into two: settlable particulate matter, other is suspended particulate matter. Okay, again the classification is based upon size of the particle. Okay, density of the particle. Okay, again see the word, when I put the word settlable, the particle size is greater than 10 micrometers. The size is greater than 10 micrometer. So normally they will be deposited in the bottom as a consequence of gravitational force. Okay, for example, you touch your computer screen or TV screen or even your mobile phone screen, you feel dust particle. That's what we commonly call settlable. Okay, you see the example, you touch the screen of the computer or the TV screen or even your mobile phone, often you feel some dust particle, and they are more denser, attracted towards the earth. As a consequence of gravitational force, we denote them by the word called settlable. Okay, settlable particles are deposited in the ground as a consequence of gravitational force, more denser in size, more greater in size. Okay, again the second word is suspended. Any particle 10 or less than 10 micrometers are commonly called suspended particulate matter. So any particle have the size of 10 or less than 10 micrometers are denoted by the word called suspended particulate matter. But the idea is very simple, they never settle down, suspended in the air, so you are inhaling such particles. Okay, we are inhaling such a particle because they are embedded in the air. Clear? Point number 2, we again classify them into 3, again based upon the size. One is commonly called coarse suspended particulate matter. Second one is called with the term fine suspended particulate matter. And third one is called with the term ultra fine suspended particulate matter. About size based on again we classify them based upon the size into coarse particle, fine particle, ultra fine particles. Okay, so I will start from ultra fine. So here the size will be even less than 0.1 micrometers. See the size there, negligible. You cannot see with your eye. You can see with your eye. That much it was minute in nature. So less than 0.1 micrometer. Okay, and often some people are putting the word aerosol. Aerosol. It's very commonly called with the term aerosol because size is less than 0.1 micrometer. Invisible. Okay. Second particle called, that's the most common one we have, issue maker you have. And here the size is usually less than 2.5 micrometers. And this is commonly in the news value, it is commonly called by the people by the word called RSPM. People walk in the RSPM. Delhi got the issue of this particle. But the point here is that 0.1 ultra fine. And better the word is aerosol. That's a good word, aerosol. Fine particle, there the word should be remembered is RSPM, respiratory suspended particulate matter. Size is less than 2.5 micrometer. Okay, then coarse, larger particle between the range 2.5 to 10 micrometers. So all these are belonging to the category called suspended. That's why in the first word I put the word PM 2.5 means size is 2.5. 10 means PM 10. So this is denoting the word called a suspended particulate matter. Okay.